right? And then when you walk into Ford Motor Company and you walk into their showroom, what do they do when you walk in? They
Kind
start
of,
by building rapport.
Bring you a drink.
Yeah, they
yeah,
start
the
by building
CCBB.
rapport. CCBB. Then what do? They ask you a few questions, right? They've asked you a few questions about what you're looking for. What do they want to do? They want to take you on a model home tour, a model car tour. They want to get you in a car and get you on a test drive. That's our model home tour, right? Because if you sit in it, drive it, press the buttons, hear the sound system, I get more excited about the car. I feel how it handles, right? This is why we have to walk them through our model home and talk to them about the features. I can't just like, have you ever gotten into a brand new car? My son got into my wife's new car this last weekend for the first time, and he couldn't figure out all the buttons, right? Because there were so many buttons. That's kind of how people feel a little bit when they step into our vehicle and there's so many options. Have you ever gotten into a car that you haven't driven before, and because of the technology, you're kind of a little overwhelmed with how to make things work? Have you ever done this? That's how they feel when they walk in and you're trying to talk to them about the options we offer. This is why we have to do a great presentation that's very detailed with pictures of what do I get that's included and what do I get that's optional. Does that make sense? So a good car salesperson is going to walk you through the features that are in the car. They actually have like a 12-point presentation they're supposed to give you on the car. Did you know this? Did you know the entire thing is scripted?
And 20, yeah.
Did you know that there is a script for each type of car that they're supposed to go through?
I mean, they're
You
fast.
guys, have you ever shopped for a Mercedes-Benz before at a Mercedes dealership?
I have not.
You should
Haven't
go
got that
do it.
Mercedes money yet.
You should go do it. I shopped for him when I was a broke man trying to get out of debt because I believe in doing something called dream building. If you don't dream build, you should. I go shop for things I can't afford so that my brain goes, how can I afford this? That's called dream building. You ought to dream outside of your current context.
Oh, so
But
that's why Steve lives the way he does.
yes. So dream building is important, but you ought to go shop for a Mercedes Benz, a brand new Mercedes Benz, because the experience that you'll get and the sales presentation you'll get is next level. They're selling you a $186,000 sedan. They're going to give you a presentation that will wow you. You should sell, I don't care if you're selling a $200,000 house or a $1.8 million house, you should give the Mercedes-Benz sales pitch. You should give the wow, your ideal and likely buyer sales pitch. You should have every word crafted to impress them. That's what Mercedes-Benz's pitch is. It's literally they have crafted the words to make you feel a specific way. Because think about the buyer that comes in to buy that car. They're usually pretty proud of themselves, right? Because they're successful. And they want you to know and acknowledge that they're successful. I hate to say it that way, but that's how that buyer is kind of. And so they've crafted their presentation to make you feel important. When you go in, they're going to take you to their little spot where they make the cool espressos. Not the, would you like a cup of coffee from the pot that we brewed at 6 a.m., even though it's 4 o'clock and it's completely burned, and you got to undo your own little creamer and pour it in and feel like you're at McDonald's or the gas station with the giant jug of sugar that you pour a little bit in? No, they're going to give you the espresso. Which bean would you like experience? Shall I froth your milk? What flavoring would you like in it? Experience. But you guys, you want to give your customer that feeling no matter what the price point is. They're selling a $186,000 sedan. Natalia, you're selling a 200,000. You're selling a more expensive thing. And I'm saying you because you're at the bottom end of the price point of everybody who's on here, right? Like Ashley's selling stuff that, what was your last price point that you just sold?
955.
Yeah. You're selling to a customer who expects you to wait on them hand and foot and make them feel important. But so does the $200,000 buyer, right? It's the most expensive thing they're going to buy. So you don't want to say things to them that'll be offensive. Have you ever seen a $900,000 buyer get offended at something you say? I've seen it. I've said it a few times, right? So I
What'd
told
you
a dad
say?
joke. Apparently, one time I told a dad joke that wasn't funny. It was the one time I had that buyer at 900,000. I was like,
I don't believe it.
what is wrong with you? Did you not know that was a funny joke? But anyways,
No, my dad passed away last week.
God.
I told a dad joke and his dad died last week. Is that what you said, Ty?
Yeah.
That's a bad move to do. But you want to when you go to the Mercedes-Benz dealership, they're going to talk to you about the Corinthian leather and how the cows laid on, velvet sheets before they were turned into Corinthian leather. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to build a value in your mind by saying it in a way that makes it feel, well, this is Napa leather. This is imported from Italy. It was hand stitched by Sergio in Italy as he waited on his children there on the island of Malta. And it's like they're trying to make you feel like it's so nice. If you get the Mercedes-Benz sales pitch, this is what you get. And it's like while you're waiting, they make sure you're waiting in a chair that is, very comfortable, a massage chair while you're watching. Can I turn the channel to something for you, Mr. Antis, while you're waiting? So you just want to give them that like whole 9 yards experience, but your pitch and the words that you use are important. So all big companies, all successful companies repeat that over and over again. When I talked to the Mercedes-Benz dealer, I felt very important because of the way they made me feel. But I also at the same time realized everything they're doing is a script. The whole thing was a script, right? When they took me out and got me into the car, they took me down the same roads that they took everybody else down. That was a script, right? When you go walk out and take them from one home to another or one home site to another, that should be well planned out as a script. When you have a new buyer who's interested in a certain home, you need to figure out which home sites that home fits on and prepare your presentation of those home sites based on the things they said they wanted and you listened well to what they wanted, and then show them those home sites in the best possible way. Just like if I'm telling them I don't want the, larger size vehicle, don't take me on a test drive in the larger size vehicle. Take me on a test drive in the right size vehicle. Right? And so they walk you through and they go, these are the colors we have to choose from. These are the options we have to choose from. Did you want the premium tires, the premium wheels? These have a different, Ford exterior colorways, Ford F-150 wheel options, right? They all have like lists of options. Which wheels did you want with that Ford F-150? We've got a couple different options. I'm just trying to show you every business is the same. So it's all going to be a scripted presentation. So you can't get bored with doing the same thing over and over again. You just got to get really good at doing it at an extremely high level. where it's nothing you're doing is made up on the spot, but all of it is exactly what you intended to say, which is why Justin and Sam call with a script. And it's why you want to know every aspect of what you're going to talk to them about in your model home and say it exactly the same way 100% of the time in a way that makes them go, wow, this is awesome. Does that make sense? Many people don't realize that all businesses are the same, right? So when you go to contract at Ford Motor Company, they always use the same paperwork every single time. It's slightly different in each state, maybe, but it's always the same paperwork, and they always offer you the warranty. We have a warranty, right? They always talk about the warranty. They sell you on the warranty, on what a great warranty it is. They sell you before you sign the contract on the paperwork. They sell you on how amazing the warranty is, and then when you sit down afterwards, they take you to the warranty, finance person, and then they tell you how bad the normal warranty is and how you got to buy the better warranty every time. Have you ever noticed this move? Why do they do it in that order? Because it works that way. It works really great to do it that way. And then when they try and upsell you the better warranty, do they talk to you about how much it costs or how much it is per month?
Per month.
Per month.
Yeah. When you're ordering the car, they're asking you, do you want the upgraded wheels and the upgraded paint? There's 4 paint colors that are standard. And they're all the ugly ones. And there's 9 colors that are extra money. And they always go, well, it's only $7 a month to do that. And the paint is amazing, but oh, by the way, would you like the ceramic coating on your paint? That's an option to protect the paint. Every business is the same. They're just slightly different, which means you're always going to do the same thing over and over and over again, no matter what you're selling, no matter what you're doing. But the great news about selling new homes is that it's a very expensive product, and so you can make more money at it than you can at cars. And markets go up and markets go down in every industry, right? Like maybe right now is not a great time to be in, the tuna business because it's wintertime and you can't catch as much tuna in the oceans. But there's also a booming time in the spring or the summer when it's like the best time, right? I'm just giving you examples. Every business has up cycles and down cycles. So you just have to be in it when it comes back up also, right? If you can do it when it's down, I'm just telling you, when the sun is shining and the birds are chirping and it's an uptime in our market, you can make crazy money in our business. So you just if you're going to get good at doing something, I would say get good at doing over and over again the things that make you good at this business, which is always going to be boring because it's always going to repeat. You're always going to do the 5 easy steps. You're always going to do the guest registration card. You're always going to have to book an appointment from an appointment. You're always going to have to get really good at giving the presentation of options and doing a price out. But get great at it, and you can print your own money when you're in our business, because it gets really good when it's really good. And I truly believe that by May of this next year, we're going to have an on fire real estate market in our industry. I really believe that, because Jerome Powell is going to be canned in May. And he is the one holding interest rates high. And if you have not experienced low interest rates in our business, let me just tell you, it is it's fun. Yeah.
Aaron, have you seen the Fannie Mae? They just removed the 620 minimum credit score requirements. Do you think that's going to help us get more buyers now, or
I don't actually think it affects you guys very much because you've already got lenders who can go under 620. Yeah. Eden can get down under 580 probably right now. I know she can get to 580.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
and then that's the thing too, is that because they still have to qualify in other ways,
Right.
like making sure they can afford it and whatnot. So, because you had always had loans too that you could do just checkbook loans. She's doing one of those right now where they're not even using their credit. It's just this person makes a ton of income and we can verify it. Who
Yeah.
cares what the credit score looks like?
Well, and here's the thing, you guys aren't losing deals for credit problems too much. You haven't lost too many of those. So I think it's just more of a thing of, you know, it's nice to know the information, but you know, if they can either buy or they can't buy, but you know, it's like 580 credit score is doable anyways right now for you guys. And the note, like he was saying, the checkbook type of loan can be done as well for the person who makes good money, but they just have no credit. So, okay, guys, I got to jump into my next meeting. I appreciate you guys jumping on with me. If you need something
Thanks, Aaron.
from me between now and next time, holler anytime.
Thank you.
All right. Peace out, y'all.